Tonight on Ctv3 News, while several persons have been detained in relation to the murder of 22-year-old Roberto Wicab from Child Farm in Orange Walk, charges are yet to be levied. Police are also seeking another person of interest. The U.S. Embassy in Belize issues a stern alert for American citizens residing in or visiting the country following government's recent declaration of a state of emergency in key areas of Belize City and the Belize District. And residents and motorists traveling along the Sartenia Road can expect major infrastructure improvements as a third bridge is expected to be constructed in the area. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, May 12th, 2026.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Dr. Rosita Jimenez, and I'm a general laparoscopic surgeon. We have just finished an emergency appendectomy, and we're now moving on to our second operating theater for our laparoscopic gallbladder staining. Basically, this is very easy to diagnose. Simple abdominal ultrasound or a pan-abdominal ultrasound can give us the diagnosis. Laparoscopic gallbladder removal surgeries, 90 to 80% of the time, are done due to gallstones. However, there are other conditions like tumors, malfunctioning of the gallbladder that also are reasons to get a laparoscopic surgery. We also have an amazing CT scan and X-ray unit who work hand in hand with our doctors. instruments used in laparoscopic surgery are chokers like these. It makes it easy for us to do the surgery through these entry ports. The recovery process is excellent. And basically, within a week, you are back up, ready to do your job, your daily life activity, like if you hadn't had this surgery.
The Orange Walk Town Council is inviting applications from suitably qualified and motivated individuals to fill 5 garbage fee collector positions within our revenue department. Minimum requirements: high school diploma, friendly and people-oriented personality, tech-savvy, must own reliable transportation, preferably a motorcycle, honest and dependable. Interested applicants are asked to submit the following documents: application letter, copy of high school diploma, valid social security card, 2 character references. Applications must be submitted in person to the Orange Walk Town Council office by February 20th, 2026. Join our team and contribute to keeping Orange Walk clean and organized.
Good evening with your newscast, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Jaden Gamis. Police say no charges have been filed in connection with the fatal shooting of 22-year-old Roberto Wicab, but investigators continue to question several persons as the investigation intensifies. Authorities have also confirmed that they are seeking one individual who they believe has fled to the western part of the country following Sunday night's deadly attack in Trial Farm Village. What began as a Mother's Day celebration for Wicab and his family ended in tragedy on Sunday night when he was gunned down near the Trial Farm basketball courts, becoming the 3rd murder recorded in the Orange Walk district in less than a month. The shooting happened shortly after 7:30 p.m. after Wicab, his girlfriend Rita Aldana, and relatives attended a Mother's Day event in Orange Walk North. Reports are that after leaving the function, the couple stopped in an open parking area after experiencing trouble with one of the vehicle's tires. While attempting to deal with the issue, a gunman suddenly approached and opened fire in the crowded area, causing panic as bystanders ran for safety. Witnesses say the shooter had his face covered and escaped on a motorcycle being driven by another individual. During the attack, 23-year-old Adrian Chok, who was reportedly passing through the area, was also struck by gunfire. Both men were rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital, where Wicab later succumbed to his injuries. Chuk was treated for his injuries and later released. Police say multiple persons remain in custody pending questioning as investigators continue to follow several leads into the deadly shooting. Authorities believe one suspect may have absconded to Western Belize, and efforts are ongoing to locate that individual. The killing has once again raised concerns over the recent spike in violence within the Orange Walk district, where residents have been shaken by a series of deadly incidents over the past several weeks. The U.S. Embassy in Belize has issued a stern security alert for American citizens residing in or visiting the country following the government's recent declaration of a state of emergency, SOE, in key areas of Belize City and the Belize District. The measure comes in response to a significant uptick in violent crime that has unsettled communities and prompted heightened security efforts. The U.S. Embassy, in its advisory, urged American citizens to cooperate with local authorities, stay informed through official government channels, and exercise caution at all times. Travelers and residents are advised to review the latest Belize travel advisory and enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program STEP to receive emergency notifications. The SOE, announced on May 8th, encompasses both the south side and north side of Belize City, as well as several surrounding communities, including Ladyville, Burwell Room, Fresh Pond, Buttercup Estates, Bermudian Landing, Lemono, Isabella Bank, Rancho Dolores, and Doublehead Cabbage. The move was taken after weeks of escalating violence, marked by multiple shootings and retaliatory attacks, which have deepened public concern.
Well, on Friday, May the 8th, 2026, after a careful security assessment and intelligence on the ground, a request was made for a state of emergency, which was subsequently declared for certain part of Belize City and certain part of rural Belize District. As a result of the state of emergency, a total of 9 individuals were transported a few minutes ago to the Kobe Foundation. I want to highlight that the decision was not made lightly for the state of emergency, but we believe that it was absolutely necessary based on the intelligence that we have gathered and on the ground assessment that had indicated an imminent danger to life and property. Hence, the recommendation was made and it was subsequently declared. Yes, all 9 individuals are from Belize City. It's a limited, we refer to it as a limited state of emergency to address an extraordinary circumstances.
Can you say whether these persons detained, if any of them are minors?
No, none of them are minors.
Under the provisions of Statutory Instrument 50 of 2026, authorities have been granted expanded powers aimed at curbing criminal activity and restoring public safety. The regulations prohibit loitering, public drinking, and gatherings of 3 or more persons within the designated zones, and also includes other strict measures.
50.
Statutory Instrument number 50 is following from the proclamation, which is Statutory Instrument number 49. 50 sets out the regulations that governs the implementation of that proclamation. So it gives life, if you will, to the proclamation and how we are supposed to do or execute the state of emergency. It is no different or substantially different from the other regulations that had accompanied previous state of emergency. But what we're going to see differently is that based on prior intelligence, persons will be detained and questioned, and if the needs arise where for them to be detained beyond the normal questioning, then they would be detention orders would be issued in respect to them. So it is not a carte blanche, or will not be operated as a carte blanche wholesale detention of persons, but based on intelligence, based on interviews, based on current investigations. Many of the persons who are currently detained are not only in relation to gang offenses, but are also suspects in some of the recent and earlier this year shooting incidents and murders. So it is more targeted, more focused than we have done it before.
The SOE also mandates that minors remain indoors from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
a minor is detained.
The regulations have a provision in there that speaks to minors being unaccompanied minors between the hours of 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. the following morning. That we will try to enforce, to ensure that, not for us to detain, but to ensure that minors are not just wandering abroad, out in the declared area. We have put in place special procedures as it relates to, in the unlikely event that a minor is detained, so that special provisions are put in, procedures from internally are put in place to address the specific rights of minors. So we wish that we don't have to, but if that occurs, will be special measures put in place.
Security forces are authorized to conduct searches of homes, vehicles, boats, and individuals without warrants if they suspect criminal activity. They also have the authority to detain persons for questioning, confiscate dangerous items, and arrest individuals believed to be involved in or planning illegal acts. The SOE allows for detention of suspects for up to 30 days and enables the shutdown of businesses or locations deemed threats to the public safety. Furthermore, the Minister of Home Affairs has been empowered to impose house arrest, restrict movements and associations, and require individuals to report regularly to authorities under the emergency measurements. The state of emergency is expected to remain in effect for up to 30 days, with officials indicating that extensions or additional measures may be implemented if violence persists or escalates. Residents and motorists traveling along the Sarteneja Road can expect major infrastructure improvements in the coming months as plans move ahead for the construction of a third bridge in the area. Chief Engineer in the Ministry of Infrastructure Development, Evondale Moody, confirmed that the project is aimed at addressing a problematic section of roadway that has long posed challenges for commuters, particularly during periods of heavy rainfall and flooding. According to Moody, the solution will involve the construction of a bridge over approximately 200 meters of road that has proven difficult to maintain due to poor ground conditions and recurring deterioration. The project is being funded through a donation of more than $2 million from the Republic of China. Taiwan. Work on the bridge is expected to be completed by the end of the year. Officials say that the project will significantly improve access and safety for residents and visitors traveling to and from Sarteneja village.
With a new bridge structure there.
Who is paying for that, or how is the government paying for that?
That section is being paid for by a grant received from Taiwan, because remember they were the original financiers for that project through a loan. However, they have extended a grant to the government of Belize for us to complete those works. And those are being done by the same contractor, OACC, the same Taiwanese contractor.
So what's the size of that grant for that bridge? That's extra, right?
Yeah, that is extra, and that has been done at approximately $2.2 million.
Also noted that as construction progresses, there will eventually be a need to completely divert traffic to an alternate route in order to facilitate the works safely and efficiently.
Yes, we will have a diversion adjacent to the alignment that is there, that traffic will be able to utilize that diversion. However, we anticipate sometime during the construction period that the road may need to be closed at different times to accommodate the piling operation, especially for the two abutments. And so at that point in time, the ministry will put out a press release that traffic will have to be diverted, possibly through San Esteban, for traffic between Corozal and Seychelles.
Further details on the traffic diversion and timeline are expected to be announced as the project advances. Coming up next, the Catholic Church in Belize declares a strong stance against administering the HPV vaccine within its educational institutions. Stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10.
They don't like you,
With
boy.
Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing star 100 # using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Dr. Rosita Jimenez, and I'm a general laparoscopic surgeon. We have just finished an emergency appendectomy, and we're now moving on to our second operating theater for our laparoscopic gallbladder staining. Basically, this is very easy to diagnose. Simple abdominal ultrasound or a pan-abdominal ultrasound can give us the diagnosis. Laparoscopic gallbladder removal surgeries, 90 to 80% of the time, are done due to gallstones. However, there are other conditions like tumors, malfunctioning of the gallbladder that also are reasons to get a laparoscopic surgery. We also have an amazing CT scan and X-ray unit who work hand in hand with our doctors. Instruments used in laparoscopic surgery are chokers like these. It makes it easy for us to do the surgery through these entry ports. The recovery process is excellent. And basically, within a week, you are back up, ready to do your job, your daily life activity, like if you hadn't had this surgery.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
As we told you last night, the High Court of Belize has refused to dismiss a constitutional claim filed by Joseph Ryan Budna. Justice Martha Alexander emphasized the significance of the case, which involves allegations of a state-sponsored extraordinary rendition to Guatemala. Budna, who is currently detained in a Guatemalan prison, alleges that he was forcibly abducted by Belizean authorities in August of 2025. According to his account, he was blindfolded, handcuffed, tortured, and then illegally transported across the border. His legal team filed this suit against 11 state officials seeking constitutional redress for these alleged violations. The court's ruling, handed yesterday, however, notably excluded high-ranking officials such as Minister of National Security Karim Musa and Police Commissioner Dr. Richard Rosado from being proper defendants in the case. However, the Attorney General has been retained as the official representative of the government. Other individuals remaining as defendants include Corporal Barry Flowers, Corporal Yannick Wade, Special Branch Officer Herman Mivet, Corporal Francisco Labrel, and Corporal Carlos Choco. Addressing the government's attempt to have the claim dismissed, Justice Alexander stated that the allegations against state actors are serious and merit full consideration. She remarked, his claims raises serious allegations against state actors and seeks redress for the breaches arising from the events that occurred on the 22nd and 23rd of August 2025. She further emphasized the importance of the case, noting, this is an attempt to strike out a constitutional claim that is asserted to be of grave public importance, since it involves extreme and weighty rights violations by the state. The judge questioned whether the case was hopeless, concluding the answer is no. The dispute is a live one that remains to be answered by the state. She added that the matter can benefit from full ventilation at trial and affirmed the claim raises a serious and live issue of constitutional breaches by state actors. In the present context, I harbor no doubt that this is an appropriate case to move forward. But while Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa has expressed a sense of vindication after being dismissed as a defendant, Musa has publicly acknowledged that a crime was committed.
It is definitely something that is concerning. Like I said, it is clear that a crime was committed. I don't know if you can necessarily pinpoint based on that video evidence that I saw Jules Vasquez aired. I'm sure the DPP has the version from the police department, but whether it is that you can clearly identify individuals, that is left for a court of law. And I'm sure that one day, whether it's in this constitutional motion that is going to be brought against the Attorney General's ministry and other individuals, that will come out there. So you will have a determination here in a civil court and hopefully one day in the criminal courts as well, if the matter goes back to the DPP and it's further investigated.
Do you believe that it undermines the credibility of the government and the rule of law when an act manifests lawlessness can go unpunished?
It could potentially, but again, it depends if you're saying that the government is responsible, and I know that that has been the case of Mr. Budna. As it relates to me in particular, that's a fantasy because he knows, the media knows, I had no involvement in that. And so whether that destroys any credibility, that's left to be seen, but I can speak only for...
Recently, the CARPA team visited Belize to hold consultations, and a workshop focused on developing contingency and containment strategies for preventing foodborne illnesses outbreaks that could jeopardize the region's vital tourism sector. The sessions paid particular attention to the intersection of tourism and public health, especially concerning the inspection and clearance of cruise ships arriving in Caribbean ports. Dr. Lisa Indar, Executive Director of CARPA, emphasized the importance of this training amid ongoing health concern involving isolated cases of hantavirus, aboard a cruise ship en route to the Netherlands. Tragically, 3 individuals on board succumbed to the virus. She outlined the measures in place to identify and respond to such threats should they occur within the Caribbean region, underscoring the significance of preparedness in safeguarding both public health and the tourism industry.
And this is one of CAFA's novel surveillance system that documents in a confidential manner different syndromes that are reported. And if a threshold is passed, then of course there's an alert. This system works for ships that are coming in to the Caribbean. So if something were to be happening in the Caribbean, we would, the system picks it up. Belize officials would pick it up in a confidential manner. And if support is needed, we would have our team like Mr. Keston Daniels and others as Ms. Samantha to actually work in terms of being able to address that threat immediately. In fact, the alerts occur instantly once it is reported, and it's something that requires an alert mechanism to be addressed. With this particular, so therefore I want to say this is timely. We do see illnesses, elevated cases that occur in the tourism population or tourism-based surveillance, and the system works by being able to identify the threat and triggering response from the ship, Ministry of Health and others to reduce spread. The situation with the current outbreak with hantavirus, of course, would have occurred in a different continent altogether, originating in Argentina and going up, to the Canary Islands, where the boat would have passed. So our normal cruise ship surveillance that is related to ships coming into the Caribbean wouldn't have picked it up. However, we have other mechanisms. We do have daily monitoring. We have real-time early warning mechanisms. We have an information monitoring system that would have picked up this outbreak, this international outbreak, and this is why we are providing the information so that, we can be able to provide some more evidence, clear document.
The Catholic Church in Belize has firmly declared its stance against administering the human papillomavirus, the HPV vaccine, within its educational institutions, asserting that no health officials or medical personnel will be allowed to carry out HPV vaccination programs on the grounds of Catholic schools. This position was formally communicated in a letter issued last Tuesday. The Church emphasized that this approach aligns with a long-standing policy, noting this has been the long-standing position of the diocese dating back to the time of Bishop Doric Wright, and it continues to guide our practice today. The letter, however, did not specify the reasons behind the Church's firm stance. The Office of the Special Envoy for the Development of Families and Children issued a statement acknowledging that some individuals and religious groups may have reservations about the HPV vaccine, but nonetheless, they emphasize that protecting children from preventable diseases should remain a national priority. HPV vaccination initiatives have been ongoing in Belize for several years, primarily targeting Standard 4 students, with catch-up doses offered to older students in the Standard 5 and 6 levels who may have missed earlier opportunities. According to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, approximately 13 million people, including teenagers, are infected with HPV annually. The virus is a leading cause of cervical, vaginal, and vulvar cancers in women, as well as penile cancer in men. The CDC stresses that timely vaccinations offers preteens long-lasting protection before they are exposed to the virus. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, supports this approach, highlighting that HPV vaccines administered between ages 9 and 14 are most effective at preventing infections before sexual activity begins. PAHO also notes that achieving high vaccination coverage among girls significantly reduces infection rates among boys, contributing to broader community health benefits. There is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
They got so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say.
The way some people are talking you'd never know, but the most blatant nepotism and fleecing of BTL took place under UDP when Dean Barrow was Prime Minister. Barrow placed his son Anwar on BTL's board in 2009 as soon as he nationalized the company, which would eventually cost Belizeans almost $650 million for shares barely worth $200 million. By 2014, Anwar was appointed executive chairman with extravagant salary and perks. Under him, BTL spent wildly on ventures that did not materialize and never brought any returns. Under the Barrows, BTL's profits plummeted from $38 million in 2009 to $17 million in 2019, and $10 million in 2020, as the company hardly paid dividends to government and people of Belize. Anwar Barrow has no moral authority to talk about BTL, as it was under his nepotistic rule, appointed by his father, that BTL was most blatantly fleeced.
They got so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say.
In a vibrant celebration of regional unity and youth empowerment, Belize took a significant step forward during this year's CARICOM Week with a thought-provoking panel discussion themed Your Future, Your Region. Hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the event drew enthusiastic crowds of students, young professionals, and educators from across the country to the ministry's headquarters in Belmopan. Under the banner of building skills, expanding access, and contributing to Belize, what CARICOM means to you. The discussion delved into how regional integration continues to open doors for Belizeans, fueling education, fostering entrepreneurship, enabling professional mobility, and strengthening regional collaboration across the Caribbean. Honorable Marconi Leal Jr., Minister of State for Foreign Trade, kicked off the event with inspiring remarks that echoed Belize's steadfast commitment to CARICOM since its accession in 1974. The panel featured distinguished professionals whose careers exemplify the tangible benefits of regional cooperation. They shared personal stories of growth and success, offering invaluable insights into how Belizeans can leverage CARICOM's programs and initiatives. From scholarships and training opportunities to entrepreneurship support and cross-border careers, the panelists highlighted pathways that empower young people to thrive locally and regionally. Honorable Amelai Mai, Chief Executive Officer for the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, today welcomed Sri Pabrita Margarita, Minister of State for External Affairs and Textiles of the Republic of India, to Belize. The visit by the Minister of State is centered on strengthening the bilateral relations between Belize and India. The Minister of State will hold discussions with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and relevant line ministries and visit key sites of India's cooperation initiatives. Belize and India continue to enjoy a long-standing and cordial partnership founded on mutual respect, cooperation, and shared commitment to sustainable development and South-South collaboration. This visit further underscores the growing ties between both countries and their shared interest in expanding cooperation across key areas of mutual benefit. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, May 13th, here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at www.ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews. Or you can visit our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3, thank you for watching and listening, and have a splendid night.